you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. Join us. Alright, hey everyone, it's me, Ethan Van Sciver, and this is Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man, great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media, and I'm reporting on the sad decline of DC Comics. AT&T recently purchased they purchased Time Warner, which of course came with DC Comics, and they did this in order to make a streaming service based on all of the Warner Brothers properties, which include DC superheroes. But it's become clear, one could have predicted this, that they don't want to publish comic books. They see publishing paper magazines as a thing of the past. They're already $158 billion in debt, and really are trying to get out of debt, not get further into debt. So we've seen over the past few months, we've seen them absolutely take a hatchet to DC editorial, all the executives therein, and just fire everyone. Just fire everyone who was ever skilled and knowledgeable in making comic books. And the questions remain, like, what is the future of DC Comics? So they brought in Pamela Lifford to be the president, and they brought in a guy whose name is Daniel Cherry III. Is it Daniel Cherry the Third? It's Daniel Cherry III, Part 3. And he is the general manager. And I've never heard of a general manager at DC Comics before, and that is because there has never been a need for one. He is managing the decline of DC Comics. He is ending it. He's ending DC publishing. And some peculiar things. It's like they hired Marie Javins, and Marie Javins is reporting not to Jim Lee, who was the current chief creative officer and publisher in name only of DC Comics, but reporting directly to Daniel Cherry. Now, I do have some people who are I'm hearing some stuff from inside DC Comics, and getting some word from people, getting tipped off. Now, these creative people and editors who are reaching out to me want to remain anonymous, and of course I will respect your anonymity while I pass on the information that you give me. Definitely appreciate it. And if you're out there and you want to tip me off about something, I will completely keep your identity secret, and I will try to keep all factors that could identify you out of my videos while I inform the general public, because I am a trusted member of the media. So I got an email today, and people are watching all these videos. I mean, everybody at DC is watching my videos. Everyone knows that I'm 100% right. I'm on top of this, and people are adding more information to it. But somebody said to me today, and this is a creative person, they said that they're rushing to get their work in. This is the thing. They've got assignments. They're trying to get them in as quickly as possible because they want to get paid before the whole thing closes down. And I think the person that wrote this to me is fully aware that nothing they're turning in is actually going to see publication. There's no mechanism for this work to be published at this point because everybody's been fired. And yet, at this point, a lot of creative people still have jobs. He is trying to get his work in, and I'd advise anyone else who's working there right now to get, it doesn't even matter what the pages look like, get the pages in, get that money, and put it in the bank, because it's not going to be too long before you don't have a job anymore. And it doesn't matter, none of this stuff is going to see print anyway. So just FYI, look out for yourself. This person is correcting me and saying, quote, "I'm not certain DC turned Jeff Johns down on his new book." Now, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank have a new comic book over at Image, and it's called Geiger. And this is a shocking thing. Jeff Johns has been loyal to DC Comics for an awful long time, and for Jeff Johns to take a creator-owned book anywhere other than DC is a shocking turn of events. Now, you could guess why that would be. I mean, maybe he's reacting to the fact that he thinks DC Comics is collapsing, and he would know better than anyone. Or maybe he's mad at the Ray Fisher allegations and doesn't think that Warner Brothers is taking very good care of him and protecting his reputation. Or it's what this person tells me. He says, "I'm not certain DC turned Jeff Johns down on his new book, not in the sense that they made the decision. Right now at DC, I get the impression that DC is now more than ever a place of chaotic indecision." Okay, so Jeff could try to get an answer about this comic book, but everybody is being fired, and there's nobody there to answer Jeff. He goes on, everyone who still has a job at DC in any department got that job by being the one minor editor/office assistant still left when all of her seniors were fired. He says, I say her, in quotes, because anecdotally, it looks like every department had people fired until they got to a low-ranking female to take over. And those females are scared. These are people who are inexperienced and not ready to take over anything. This person is saying that they have to work with several of them there. After the editors that they were working for got the axe, as they try to figure out what their job is, these young women, and who they report to. He says, I'm not making this up. At least 2 of them separately admitted to me that they're not sure who they report to. So, no direct evidence, just supposition. But there is reason to suspect that there is no one at DC right now who could have even said yes to Jeff Johns' new book. Nobody has the authority to approve the greatest writer at DC Comics, somebody who just got off of 2 best-selling miniseries events. There's nobody there who could say yes and approve Jeff Johns doing his own creator-owned book at DC with an amazing artist, Gary Frank. And again, the other reason might be, just like I'm saying at the beginning of this video, you turn in work, it's going to sit on a shelf. So Jeff would have to sign a contract with DC Comics to do this independent creator-owned comic book, and it'll never get published. It's just unsafe to turn this work in. Jeff Johns would write it, and it would be drawn, and then it'll just sit in a drawer. There would be no plan to publish them. A lot of people are already getting their projects canceled, and there's nobody there to even explain why these projects got canceled. Nobody can admit that they were canceled or killed, or what's being done over there. Everything is disappearing down memory holes, people are saying. There is no structure anymore. There's no structure. Again, this person says there's no continuity of experience. That's been thrown out. Young girls are in roles now where they have admitted that they don't know what their responsibilities are, and they're not sure whom to ask. So that is the situation at DC Comics right now. As we suspected, it is complete and total chaos, and everybody's been fired except for the underlings. I mean, people who were getting coffee for editors are now, I guess, fully fledged editors, and the reason for that might be because they're just taking enormous pay cuts. They'll figure it out. Nobody really cares. Just pretend to edit these books that are probably never going to come out anyway until we fire you too. So again, I would tell anybody who's still working at DC Comics right now, get your work in. I mean, turn in twice as much work as you ever turned in before. People who are listening to this, who are readers and fans, understand. I am not suggesting that people produce poor work just to get poor work out there. I'm saying the books are not going to get published anyway, and an awful lot of people are going to be unemployed very, very soon. And you might as well, while the paychecks are coming, you might as well get those paychecks from the company that still hasn't gotten it together to fire you. Thank you for, I appreciate the tip-off. I appreciate that information. I agree with it. I'm shocked about the part about the young girls taking over editorial. They got interns running his full-fledged editorial now over there, and they don't even know who to report to, and nobody has the authority to actually say yes and greenlight a project. I bet if Alan Moore came back, they wouldn't even be able to greenlight a project by him. Absolute insanity. Thank you for watching this video. I will have more for you. Again, if you have a tip for me, send it to my email, ethan12032@gmail.com. I will keep your identity secret. It's just that people want to know what's going on, and I understand that there is a veil of secrecy as all of this stuff goes on. I don't know, do you want to protect a corporation that's about to fire you anyway? Maybe you don't want to do that. Let me know. I will keep your identity secret. I'll see you later with another video. Please do me a favor. We're fighting the algorithm here. We're trying to grow my channel. If you enjoyed this video and want more of it, want to support me, want to support my channel and my quest to get the truth out to you, hit that subscribe button, join this channel, ring the bell for notifications, hit like, share the video. That's how channels grow. Love you guys. See you again soon with another video. Bye-bye. Hey Indiegogo backers, it's Cyberfrog, warts and all, the complete collection of every Cyberfrog comic from the 1990s in one hardcover omnibus collection. More than 328 pages of frog fun gathered together for the first time ever for one low price, with plenty of amazing stretch goal bonuses to keep fans jumping. Back it today, only on Indiegogo. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there.